Hi there, quilty friends. It's Carolina Moore, your favorite sewing and quilting YouTuber, and I'm doing a quick wrap up on 2023, all the things that happened, just in case you missed anything, going over all the fun that we had, and maybe a sneak peek at something coming in 2024. We'll see. But if you try to fast forward to the end so you can see the sneak peeks, they're not going to be there. That's how that works, right? All right, friends, you ready? Let's get started. So if you've been hanging around for a little while, you know that 2023 was a wild, wild ride. I had some fun things planned, and then even more things got thrown into the works, and it was so much fun. I got to travel to so many places, meet so many of you in person, do a ton of video both here and on other channels, and work on some new products. Spoiler, the new products are not going to end. I have more things in the works for next year as well. Okay, so let's talk about the things that happened, the things that launched, and the things that hopefully you didn't miss, but if you did, we're gonna get you caught up. The first pattern that I launched in 2023 was actually a digital pattern. It was a series of foundation paper pieced hearts, and I did that in February. I'm hoping to do some more with that this February. I am a February birthday girl, so I love Valentine's hearts and all things Valentine's and hearts. So I'm hoping to do some more and have some more fun with that. And then Art Gallery Fabrics asked me to work with Maureen Cracknell's new line at the beginning of this year. And I designed this quilt, which is the foundation pieced wildflower bouquet quilt. This was such a fun quilt to design, and it is a full 60 by 80 inches. This is a fully illustrated booklet that takes you through all of putting it together and all the sections of putting it together, even with a glossary in case you need to go back and find a section, and has the option for adding borders to make it a queen size quilt. So with borders, this is a queen sized foundation paper pieced masterpiece. I am still planning a quilt along in 2024 so that we can make this together because it is such a fun quilt, and honestly, not nearly as hard as it looks. This quilt shown in the picture, I actually pieced it in 5 days. I did have a friend come pinch sew with me for a full day, so really it's 6 human days or 6 extra human days because those were some really long days to get this all pieced together. I would not recommend doing it that way. I can't wait to make this quilt again for several reasons. First, I want to make it start to finish all by myself. I want the whole thing that I've fully pieced so that I can enter it into shows if I want. Don't know if I will, maybe I will, but I want one that I know that I made 100%. Second is I had such a blast making this quilt. Very rarely do I want to make a quilt again, but this was such a fun quilt to make. I want to make it again. And thirdly, the quilt on the cover, Art Gallery Fabrics quilted this for me. They did an amazing job. It looks really, really good, but I love free motion quilting, and this is one of those quilts that's going to be so fun to custom quilt. So I want to free motion quilt this quilt myself, so I have to make it again. Oh darn. So I want to take you on that ride of free motion quilting this together. If you want to do that with me, make sure you're subscribed to this channel so that you find out when that's happening, and make sure you're on the newsletter list. I've got an email newsletter. You'll find the link to that down below, and that will get you also the details of when this is going to happen. Okay, so this was the second pattern launch, but the first hard copy pattern launch of 2023. And then obviously my first and second patterns were foundation paper pieced, and that's because I launched the foundation piecing water pen at the beginning of 2023. These are so fun. So you'll actually see, and I haven't talked about this publicly, this is 2 different versions of the pen. This one has a sticker on it. These were the very first out on the market, if you have ones with a sticker on them. This one you can see has printing on it. And so these ones came out in the second batch. We've already gone through 2 huge batches of these pens. But the stickers were starting to peel up, and that was a bummer for me. It doesn't affect the way that the pen works at all, but it was a bummer that the stickers were peeling up. So with the second batch, we had it printed right on. Although, I mean, the foil sticker is really pretty. The way that these work is that you fill up you just twist it open, you fill up that reservoir with water, you close it up, And it's regular water, tap water, bottled water, doesn't matter what water. My water in San Diego, your water where you live, it all works. So this is just a foundation paper pieced block that I have from, actually from my book. And if I were to just rip out one of these, just regular, you can see how that rips out. But if I take my pen and I just run it along, this one's being extra juicy right now, but juicy is good. Depending on how juicy your pen is being, you might want to run it a couple times, and depending on the kind of paper you have. If you have a more absorbent paper, you won't need to run it as many times. If you have really good quality copy paper, maybe run it across like 3 times and then let it sit and absorb. And once it's absorbed into those paper fibers, now watch. Like, it just pulls right out. You've never had papers come out this easy with foundation paper piecing. So that's the foundation piecing water pen. You can find it in quilt shops worldwide. I also have links down below if you don't have a local quilt shop that you can buy through, but definitely ask your local quilt shop about the foundation piecing water pen. These have been flying off shelves, but we have been able to keep them in stock. So it's awesome. This is the foundation piecing water pen. This is the first Notion that I launched in 2023. And I, at that point, thought that it might be the only Notion that I launched. Although I had some plans. I had some plans for some new stuff. Okay, so then I came out with some new highly requested patterns for the box bag template. This was the Pie Cozy, and all these are my postcard patterns. The instructions are so easy, they fit on the back of a postcard. This is the Ice Cream Cozy, and this is the Casserole Cozy. These were highly requested and have done so well. So much fun. So I launched these, 3 new patterns, and then a couple months later, I launched a couple new Notions. So the 2 new Notions that I launched over the summer, they had really quiet launches, were the Purse Lights and the Cut Anywhere tabs. And I want to talk about both these for a second. The Purse Light is a super, super simple little light that you can clip to anything. So you open it up, and in here's a little tab. You pull that, and that makes the battery engage, so you can turn it on as a light with inside your purse. You can hit it again, and then it'll blink a red light. That red light blinking, I don't recommend it for safety. It's not that bright, but it has that option as well. I tell my tall kid that he should have it on his hat for, you know, the airplanes so they don't crash into him, but I also do terrible puns. And if you press it again, it just turns it off. The back has just the quilt block of my logo on the back. So it's just a fun quilt block logo on the back. But because it's magnetic, you can magnet it to whatever. And now you have a needle minder right on your shirt. Isn't that so handy? So here I have a little zippered bag, and I have it just clipped onto the edge of the zippered bag. And when I turn this on, look how well I can see everything that's inside that bag. So easy to see everything that's in there. And it looks super cute to boot. So that was the Purse Light. So the Cut Anywhere tabs are a Notion that I've been wanting to design for years. And I actually pitched it to a couple companies who said, I don't know. But since I've been talking to people about these and had them on shelves, they have been doing so phenomenal. People love them. It's the thing that you never knew you needed, and they're super inexpensive. So if you've ever cut dental floss, you've used that little cutter on dental floss, that's exactly what these are. These are dental floss cutters. I actually get them from a dental manufacturer, but I have them drill an extra little hole in the tab. And so what that extra little hole is for is you can sew it onto your pincushion. So here I have it sewn right on the pincushion, and I used a fancy wagon wheel rose stitch here, but you can stitch it on however you want. And now I have a thread cutter right here on my pincushion. Isn't that exactly where we need our thread cutters? My needle's here, I need to cut my thread cutter's right here. Doesn't matter that I collect the little embroidery scissors, I can still never find them when I need them. This stays put, and I can sew them onto all my pincushions. Also, with my little zippered bag right here, I have one sewn right here on the edge of my zippered bag. So I can use this for my binding, my English paper piecing on the go, and I always have a thread cutter right here where I need it. They are so handy. They come 5 in a pack, and depending on the shop that you buy them from, they're around $3 a pack, so they're super inexpensive. Super great little, they're called the Cut Anywhere tabs, and I'll have links down below for these as well. Then I came out with some more patterns. I wanted a pattern that showcased the Cut Anywhere tab. So this is the pleated pincushion. You don't need to have a Cut Anywhere tab to make this, but I put the Cut Anywhere tab right on there, and it's a pincushion that's designed to be able to use all of your little your wonder clips, that you can clip those right on there on those pleats, but you can also use regular pins and regular needles in the pincushion. So that's the pleated pincushion. Again, super simple pattern. And then these glasses cases, such a fun gift for a friend. Who doesn't need glasses cases? And this is the first of these postcard patterns that has instructions for making 2 sizes, a small size for reading glasses and a bigger size for sunglasses. So again, super simple pattern, fits all on the back of a postcard, no buttons, zippers, or snaps. And those were the postcard patterns that I launched in 2023. I did start launching bigger patterns. This is the Diamond Tool Tote. Now I have bigger quilting patterns, but I didn't have any bigger patterns that featured the box bag template. So this was the first of the bigger patterns that featured the box bag template. It's called the Diamond Tool Tote, and it makes this fun tote that fits so many things. I have 3 of these. One of them stays that I use for demonstrations that I show. One of them has all those cords and nonsense that I need for like my cell phone and my laptop and my iPad and whatever else that I need when I travel, my headphones, all the things that need to be plugged in, the watch, all of that gets dumped in that bag, and I can just carry it with me. And the other carries my rotary cutter, my pens, extra blades, a pincushion, all those kinds of sewing notions gets thrown in the other, so that I can carry those with me wherever I go. It is so handy, and it is so cute. So that's the Diamond Tool Tote. I am working on more bag patterns for 2024, both some postcard patterns and some full, big, more involved patterns as well. And I launched 6 free patterns for box bags, but those are all on the AccuQuilt site because I got to launch a 2-die set with AccuQuilt. So if you are an AccuQuilt fan, and I am and have been for a very long time, the AccuQuilt 2-die set is everything that the box bag template is, and actually a little bit more, as an AccuQuilt die. So now you can cut your bags of all different sizes on the AccuQuilt. Rather than give you a bag die that's a big, huge die that only cuts one size bag, we actually broke down the components of bag making into one die that does your curves and one die that'll do your box corners and your darted corners. And you make so many different bags with this 2-die set. I wrote 6 patterns for AccuQuilt. They're all on the AccuQuilt site, and I'll link those down below to be able to use with the AccuQuilt 2-die set for boxed corners. So the box bag 2-die set from AccuQuilt was launched October 10th, and that actually sold out within 12 hours. They have them back in stock. It has been truly a sellout year, but they have them back in stock, and I've kept them back in stock since. But it's been so fun to see everyone's response and the bags that they're making with the AccuQuilt 2-die set. Also in October, I launched these purse handle pins for 3D sewing. Now these pins, I have a whole video on them, so go ahead and click the link to get to that whole video on how these work. But they work different than a traditional straight pin. So a traditional straight pin goes along the direction of the fabric like this when you're using it. You can't stab it into your fabric at a 90-degree angle because they don't work that way. They're not designed to work that way. But when we're attaching things like purse handles or tails or ears on softies, those kinds of things, we want these purse handle pins because they have a flat bottom and a gripper on the top, that between those two, they hold everything in place and can do it at a 90-degree angle to the fabric. So again, I have a whole video that walks you through how these purse handle pins work And when I designed the pleated pincushion pattern, it's not on the pleated pincushion pattern because they weren't launched. This pattern launched before these pins did, but this pleated pincushion was also designed to be able to hold your purse handle pins because you want those pleats to be able to snag that pin from both sides. So this pleated pincushion is also designed to go with your purse handle pins. Also this year, I did another advent calendar. We do still have some in stock right now. If you missed on the advent calendar, this year the advent calendar was 2 parts. Normally I do a 12-day advent. So I did my 12-day advent, but then I added an add-on if you wanted to do 24 days, that you could get 12 more patterns that went with the first 12 to be able to make a larger quilt. So all the instructions, the whole advent is right here. Go to that video and get all the details on the advent. But we did an advent again. It's all based on diamonds. So much fun. Had a blast with the advent. And all the videos that I did for the advent. It ended up being over 26 videos for all of advent, which is a lot of video. And half of them are actually hidden and secret for just the people who did the add-ons for the advent. So that was super fun. Had a blast with that and doing the advent. And I am making plans for 2024 advent. Speaking of 2024, I also did the 2024 block of the month calendar. You can get all those details right here. The 2024 block of the month calendar is launched. All those videos have been filmed. They need to be edited, and then they'll be going out once a month through 2024. So I'll get to hang out with you right here. The first of the month, working on our blocks for the 2024 calendar. Last year it was a 4-patch block of the month, or I guess this year, 2023, it was a 4-patch, or it was a 4-patch block of the month. This year it's the 9-patch block of the month. So they're all 9-patch blocks, and they honestly are super beginner friendly. You will really have fun making these blocks and making just a little bit of this quilt every single month. Also in 2023, I launched not 1, but 2 books. Now this sounds like a lot, and it really is a lot, but with books, they're written so far in advance that most of both of these books was actually written back in 2022. So when I'm quiet behind the scenes and you don't see a lot from me, it's usually when I'm working on stuff that you won't see till later. So while 2023 looked like it was full of so many things, a lot of that was done months, if not even a full year, in advance of the launch. So it makes me look like a rock star all at once, and that's not quite honestly the way that works. So in August, I got to launch this book. It's called The Ultimate Paper Piecing Reference Guide, and it is for both foundation paper piecing and English paper piecing. I do have a full video on this that walks you through the whole book, but it's all the things you want to know about both foundation paper piecing and English paper piecing. And it includes patterns. We are going to be playing with some of these patterns in 2024, so stay tuned for that. I have 2 projects in the works using patterns from this book, specifically foundation paper piece patterns from this book. But we are going to have some fun playing with this. So you can get this from your local quilt shop. I sell autographed copies, but if you support a local quilt shop, bonus points to you. Just send me a copy of the receipt, email it to me, and I will get you a label to go in your book that'll have my autograph on it. So you still get an autographed copy and you get to support your local quilt shop. In December, we launched this book. This is Sewing Perfect Little Bags and Totes, and it is a huge reference guide for making all different kinds of bags, from adding zippers to different kinds of pockets to different kinds of handles, to using different materials and combining materials. This is the reference guide that you always wanted on how to make your own bags, especially if you want to design your own bags. If you don't want to design your own bags, so many great, simple, easy bag projects in here. If you do want to design your own bags, each bag takes you through learning one bag making technique. So as you work through different projects, you learn just one technique in each one until you're a master, because you have learned all these different techniques and you can design your own bags saying, oh, I want this kind of pocket and this kind of handle, and I'm gonna use these kinds of fabrics, and boom, done. You have your own custom bag. Also have plans to play with this book and work on some bags with you here on YouTube. So these two books are both available at local quilt shops. And then I also have links for you down in the description of where you can get your hands on these books. But those are the books that I launched in 2023. Okay, phew, that was a lot, but we're not done yet. There was one more launch that had me in tears with the responses that I've gotten. Has me in tears multiple times with the responses that I've gotten. And that was the launch of this product. This is the Glow Ruler. It's the Carolina Moore Glow Ruler. I designed this and had it manufactured. Learned so much in the process of getting this made and working through all the different things that come with having a product like this. Launched it on October 27th and they sold out in 36 hours. They are sold out kind of indefinitely for the moment. We're continuing to get them in, but all of the rulers that we're getting in are going towards the open orders. So if you want a Glow Ruler, go to your local quilt shop, make sure that they have an order in. The orders are getting filled in the order that they're received. So make sure that they have their orders in so that you can get them. You can get on my wait list. My wait list will currently be fulfilled in February. So if you are willing to wait till February, the link is below and you can get yours. But basically you just press right here and your ruler lights up, and it works on dark as well as light so that you can see everything that you're cutting. So this is called the Glow Ruler, the Carolina Moore Glow Ruler, and this launched October 27th. And the first 1,500 are actually getting into the hands of quilters right now, and it's been so amazing to hear how much y'all enjoy it. It does have a little USB-C port right here and comes with a little USB-C cord, so you just plug it in and then you can charge it and charge it over and over again. A full charge lasts about 6 to 8 hours. This has been it's been so much fun to play with this and answer all y'all's questions. One of the big questions has been, am I working on other sizes? And the answer is yes, of course I am. We needed to start with a size, and so we went with a 6-inch size to start with because it's a great beginner starter size. It also keeps the price down a little bit because smaller is going to be a little less expensive. So this is what we started out with. Hopefully by midway through next year, you'll be able to see new sizes on store shelves. And I have a sample of one of the new sizes if you would like to see. So this is the giant 12.5-inch square that lights up. And so yeah, this is the big 12.5-inch square Glow Ruler. And this is for squaring up all your blocks up to 12.5 inches. Hoping for midway through next year for having this on store shelves. I do not have pre-orders open for this yet. I will let you know. There will be an official launch video when pre-orders are open. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're on the newsletter list, look out for that because I will let you know when that happens. But this is just your sneak peek. And if you'd like one more sneak peek, 2024 is going to be a diamond of a year. I just know it. I'm calling it. It is. And I am going to be playing with diamonds all of 2024. You've already seen it in some of my work with the diamond tool tote and with the advent calendar that was all diamonds this year. I love the diamond shape. It is so versatile. There's so much you can do with it. It still has 4 sides. It's still straight. You can get away with doing a lot of diamond work that doesn't have any Y seams in it. So there's no crazy techniques in being able to sew with diamonds. So I have some plans with diamonds for 2024, and this is just the start of some of that diamond play that I've been doing. All right, friends, that's a wrap up of 2023 and a peek into what I'm working on for 2024. If you think that's all I have planned for 2024, then I don't think we've met yet, because I have so much in store for you. It is so hard for me to keep secrets. I really shouldn't have given you the spoilers that I already gave you in this video, but I've given you some spoilers. 2024 is going to be amazing. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you're subscribed. Leave me some comments of what you would love to see me do in 2024, because as busy as it's going to be, I still have some more plans for you. All right, friends, that's it for today. I will see you right here real soon and a whole lot next year. Bye for now.